Hi guys, I'm Linny. This is Candy Craft Creations, a place for me to come and share all my random crafty bits, bobs, life, whatevers. Excuse the really weird angle. I'm wearing a Halloween t-shirt. Excuse the really weird angle, but I've lost my tripod. Again, it's in the house somewhere, but I have no idea where. I have a few bits to show you. Some of it's what I didn't show last time. Some of it's new stuff that I've started. I don't know. So, I can't remember if I showed this last time or not. This is just a basic, I don't know even know what this shawl thing's called, but just basic triangle, shawly, scarfy type doohickey. Just sits like that. It's got tassels. The colour is Achilles. It was a yarn cake from Lolly's Little Wool Shack when they done the mystery cake boxes. This was one of those. It is really pretty. So, there's that one. I can't remember if I showed you this. I might have shown it last time. But there it is again. Just in case. So, there's that. The next thing I'm going to show you is Timothy. Another Timothy. This one was definitely finished last week, but it was downstairs and I didn't want to go and get it. So we have another Timothy. I do love these. This is Timothy the T-Rex by Blue Studio Creations, I think it is. I'm going to link it down below if I remember. But I've done quite a few of these. He's my go-to dinosaur. He is so cute. Is that one? The next one, I'm going to do the things that were finished last week. And then I can move on to this week. So, the next thing that was finished is... Oh, it looks really sparkly on here. This is my first ever of the 5D diamond painting thingies. Really sparkly. I love the design. I think that's right on my street. It's skulls and roses and prettiness and death. I am not in a rush to go and do another one. As pretty as it is, this is definitely not my sort of crafting. I do like the end result though. I say I'm not in a rush to do another one. I've seen a Hogwarts in the moonlight that I kind of want to do, and it's all like blues and purples and golds, and so I might end up doing another one. There's that one. I am just throwing things. I'm sat on my bed, so I am just throwing things over there at the edge of the bed. So that's all of the things that were finished last week that I didn't show you. Next we have, so this I've been working on for a while. My granny stripe blanket. My 9-year-old has promptly claimed this as his. Actually, he claimed it as his before it was finished. So, and there's stickers on it. We have this one. So the reason he has claimed it is because he wants a scrap blanket. So, and ages ago I started one for him, and he chose some of the colours and he caked it all up and blah 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 blah. It didn't get done. So he decided at the weekend that he was going to start whining that the thing that he wanted didn't get done. He's 9 going on 90, I think. So I done that. As I was working on this one, I was like, do you know what? You can just have the one I'm working on. That's that. I'd rather like it like that. So there's that one. last finished object is going to be really hard to see on the camera because it's black. So, I made a black unicorn. This is for my friend. It's going to its new home this week at some point. So we have a black unicorn with a... This is a really bright green. That doesn't even look as bright as it is. It's like a neon green. It's all just colours from my stash. It's got a proper little silver horn. Boop. There is safety highs. Not that you can see it because everything is black. But he is rather sweet. This is one of my own patterns. Because I've made unicorns before, but usually my unicorns that I make are probably... I make that on my own pattern, sorry. Are double this size. So I know I can do it. I was just scaling it down. But it's quite sweet. Just really hard. I was trying to take pictures of it last night. I finished it last night. I was trying to take pictures of it last night to send to my friend. And I'm like, you can't photograph black on black. It doesn't work. It's just, there's green hair and some shiny. So, that is all the finished objects. Next thing I'm working on is... I've now got hiccups, sorry. Monster. This guy's out of the... Can't remember what the book is called, sorry. Amigurumi Monsters. He is called... Well, he's the Monty and Myrtle pattern. So I was just seeing... Designed by... I can't pronounce that, I'm really sorry. I don't even know if you can see that. Can you see that? Ildikko. I would just butcher that. It's not happening. So it's that pattern. Seeing if I can find a better picture. They're really... Right, these guys. So. That's most of him done. We have green. Green. We don't have green. Oh, it's been a really long day. We have silver. What is this stuff called? Eyelash yarn. Going down its back. Eyes. Mouth. His teeth. So essentially all I have to do is sew on its arms. And make its ears. I'm not even sure if I'm going to make its ears. Because I think it looks rather cute like this. What do we think? Comment, ears or no ears? That is the question. So, there's that guy. I can't throw that because if I throw that, it's going to fall to pieces and I'm going to lose the arms. So, back in the bag. Right. The next thing I have. So, those of you who are new to me, I am a mum of 3 boys. As soon as one child gains something, the other 2 decide that they need it too. I don't want to do another granny blanket. The youngest already has his. So the youngest has one, the oldest has one. Middle child wants a blanket. I am sick of granny square and granny stripes. Because all I seem to have done for the last probably month and a half is granny stripes. So, hexies. These are just all scraps. The issue with this is, I want them to be scraps of one colour. So I don't want to be having to change like mid-row and stuff like that. So, my scrap project is actually creating scraps. But that is fine, because that will get turned into, guess what? A granny stripe blanket. which actually will be for me this time. So these are what I've done in the last, I don't know, couple of weeks, like yesterday evening and this afternoon, whilst I'm using a 3-year-old who doesn't want to be amused today and is very, I need attention today. This isn't an episode where I whinge about my children, honestly. They are delightful tiny humans, but today isn't a great day for them. So, I have children that don't, I have boys that don't mind, like, pinks and purples. They actually, I think their favourite colour is purple, all of them. Oh no, the little one's favourite colour is pink. So, it's kind of helpful having loads of pink and purple scraps. So I've got all of these. I think there's 19 or 20 done. And I can't see the colour. So I'm about to cause an avalanche. Ah, there is. And I'm going to edge them all in this, which is Marina Double Knitting. It's shade 28, which is School Grey. So I thought I could do all around the edging. This is actually really soft. Do all around the edging. Does all around the edging make sense? Put a grey edge around them. And then I could do the join as you go thing, I think. Does that work? I don't know. That's the plan. The plan might get adjusted. The plan might get adjusted and I end up sewing it all together with just grey borders. But I thought this colour, and then it's going to make all like the colours pop without me using black because I don't like black and I just made a black unicorn and my eyes don't like me for it. The next thing I have, which is the last thing I promise, is this. I don't know why I said it like that because actually it's not that bad. So my dad has vascular dementia and Alzheimer's. And my mum, bless her heart, was trying to knit him a like twiddle muff type thing she saw in a magazine. Except for the twiddle muff thing she saw in the magazine was just one colour, and then it was like sewing on buttons and bits and bobs, like just sewn on. And I was like, well, I can make one for you, Mum, or for Dad. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. So here we have some basket weave. Then we have some eyelash stuff, which I think is evil. Does anyone else have that? Like the eyelash stuff is evil? Then we have a couple rows of just plain trebles. And then we have 2 plain trebles and like a puff stitch. You can't see them very well. And then we have some almost like lace. We have some like, I'm trying to show you and it's not cooperating at all, like some shell work. Then we have a couple rows of just plain, and then we have a row of, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's called, like the proper name for it is. I just call it ruffly stuff, but I definitely know it's not called ruffly stuff. It's almost like the crocodile stitch, but there's more I think there's more stitches in each one. I don't know. This is what happens every time I try and do crocodile stitch, because the original idea was to do crocodile stitch. So, obviously this needs to be a bit, maybe like double the size. And then I'm going to knit the inner tube and then sew them together with some like crinkly stuff inside it in sections. I don't know. My dad's 9 years into vascular dementia, which is insane actually. He's had vascular dementia as long as my oldest has been alive. And he's amazing. He actually is completely breaking the odds the life expectancy with someone with vascular dementia and Alzheimer's is 5 years, which is really sad. He's nearly doubled it. He still knows who we are. He still can converse. He can pretty much take care of himself. I mean, my mum is his carer, but he can do the necessities himself. He has trouble putting, like, bending over and doing up his shoes, but he's 83. Nearly. He's 83 at the end of the month. Like, I have problems doing up my shoes. I'm bending over, and I'm 31. So, he's only just started walking with crutches. I mean, I've been on crutches longer than what he has. So, he's amazing. And I don't know where I was going with that. So, this is for him. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next bit. I'm going to do some plain. Do probably a couple of inches of it being plain. And then think of another stitch pattern. I'm not doing granny stripe. It's not happening. And then maybe I might do some ribbing. Some like front post, back post. And see what happens. So this, my mum just gave me this. This is what she was knitting. She knit this much. It wasn't too bad to pull it all out. This is what she was knitting it with. I don't know what it is, where it's from, but it's really cool. It's like blue multi-tonal. So there's like two different tones of blue. In the pale blue, there is some, so I'm trying to get the light to it, pink and green splattery bits and bobs. So, we are nearly done on this. I have some knitting socks somewhere. Oh, actually, no, I have one pair here. I have another pair of knitted socks somewhere that I'm working on, which my 9-year-old has also claimed because I made them and I think I was using a different needle than what I was meant to. I'm not a knitter. I can knit, I'm just not very good at it. So that actually I can get them over my heel, but not comfortably. So, 9-year-olds claim them. His feet are a size 4 and 9, so mine are only an 8. And I think I just started the foot or something. So it's neither here nor there really. But these are for my tiny, tiny human, Merrick, who is nearly 4. And he has dinky feet, so I like making him socks. So that's the finished one. There we go. And then that's the second one. So I'm just working on the actual foot bit, and then I've got to do the toe. And if I actually just sat down and concentrated, I could probably do that in an evening. But this yarn's really pretty. And I've got all that left. So the middle child might get ankle socks. Because it really is. Luckily, the middle child doesn't have middle child syndrome. It's not too bad on him. Because, you know, I understand why they get it. Because the oldest one, everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's the big one. He's so big now. And then the baby, they're like, oh, how cute is he? And then there's the middle one. Which people forget about. And don't ask about. And my one doesn't have this too bad because he's a human hurricane. He has so much energy. It is unbelievable. So, I am going to leave you now. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do whatever. Comment to ear or not to ear. Like, what? Don't comment to ear or not to ear. Comment ears on or ears off. Because I don't know whether the little monster needs ears or not. I don't think it does. But, you know. See you later.